Good morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm coming to you with something that I hope isn't a problem within my computer but just on the screen, which is a bad wiring diagram. This is just on screen, right? I don't have to worry about a problem with my computer. This is by Tingo, and I've had a few people send through puzzles where they said they're there first, and I can't remember if this is one of those. I don't think so, but it is definitely the first puzzle by Tingo that I've solved. I also don't remember if this was a recommendation or a submission. Over the last few days, I've set up a bunch of puzzles to do, and I'm just working through the queue. Sorry about that. But yeah, bad wiring diagram by Tingo. And actually, I'm pretty certain this one was a recommendation. And yeah, looks interesting. I like the shape of it and everything, and I see why the title is called this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this one. What else is going on? I've already mentioned that I've been doing some video game streaming for puzzle games, and those will be in the live section of this channel. There's other games that I'm covering and doing over on BremSter Games. I am always looking for for submissions, and if you're a setter or recommendations, as I said, this puzzle was a recommendation. My submission guidelines below, and one of the things that I mentioned on yesterday's video, but the Svens having implemented the number of solves submitted to a puzzle feature has been absolutely stunning. And the feedback I've been getting from setters as to what a feature on my channel has done to the solve count of their puzzles has just been overwhelmingly nice. People saying, I got 1,500 solves from a feature on your channel is just mind-blowing to me. So I'm not saying that's a reason you should submit to me. I just like getting and doing puzzles. But these coffee break and lunch break puzzles that get submitted really do get a lot of attention. And I can't believe the hit rate between number of views and number of solves is so high. But apparently it is. So there's really good engagement on these videos, which is just so wonderful to me after the 2 years of hard effort I've put into this channel. But let's not focus on me. Let's focus on Tingo's puzzle, this bad wiring diagram that I need to get off my screen before it infects my computer. How does this puzzle work? So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We've got some green German whisper lines. On these lines, adjacent digits must have a difference of at least 5. If you've been watching my videos recently, you're going to hear the same thing you've heard in the last few days again. So these two digits must have a difference of at least 5. These two cells are connected by a line and must have a difference of at least 5. Digits placed on purple Renban lines must be a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So what that means is on these lines, if you were to take the digits that are on the line off, and I'm assuming these lines are straight. So this line, I'm going to assume these lines are straight, because I can't have a Renban line that is that long with no repeating digits. A set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. I might consider confirming that if this works, and then recoloring some of the lines a little bit to make that stand out. Before I release the puzzle for other people to solve. If you were to have the digits that are on these lines, if you were to take them off and sort them, they would be a string of consecutive digits, is what that means. But you cannot repeat any digits. These are all in rows, columns, and boxes. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm actually going to fix this now and come back with a grid that's a little bit better for this perspective. Okay, so I've reset the puzzle to have, I've confirmed that the lines are supposed to be straight, and I've made one of the lines a slightly different shade of purple to distinguish that. So yes, these lines will contain sets of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. We have cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Cells separated by an X must be summed to 10. Cells separated by, not all white dots are given, by the way, or necessarily given. Cells separated by an X must sum to 10. Cells separated by a V must sum to 5. Not all X's and V's are necessarily given. And the grey lines are palindrome lines, and they must read the same in either direction. So in this case, that just means that those are the same digits. So that's what we've got. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer, though I vaguely just did that. Let's give this a shot. So, well, I know because of these V clues that all of those digits are 1, 2, 3, and 4, because there's only two ways to make 5. You can either use 1, 4, or 2, 3. So I know what's on these Renban lines. These have to have 9 on them, because these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are actually 3 and 4, because if I was to put a 1 on this line, I couldn't get to 9. Even if I was to put a 2 on this line, I couldn't get to the 9 that must exist. So these, on this line, this is not 1 or 2. This is a 3, 4 pair. And it's the same on this line. These are a 3, 4 pair. So there's no 1, 2 there, which means these are not 3 or 4. And I can do the same on all of these lines. This is not 1 or 2. These are not 3 or 4. These are not 1 or 2. These are not 3 or 4. These are not, this is not 1 or 2. And these are not 3 or 4. Okay, so what does that do? This is now 5 or 9. I can see that 5 is in one of those. This is 5 or 9. Because this is a run of four consecutive digits, but these ones, unlike a Renban line, must be in order. Because this could go 9, 8, 7, 6 or 8, 7, 6, 5, but I couldn't go 7, 6, 5, 4 because I couldn't use the 5 in the box. And because they all see each other, I can't like go 8, 7, 8. That wouldn't work. So this is a run of digits in order. So if I start with 9, then I go 9, 8, 7, 6, and this is a 5. But if I start with 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is a 9. So this is a 5 or a 9. There's no 5 on this. There's no 5 here. And I can't put 5 in the middle of this run. Because if I put 5 in the middle of this run, say I put 5 here, what do I put here? If this is 5, 6, then this would have to be 4 and I can't use it. I can't put 5 in the middle of this run. 9 and 5 can only possibly exist in those cells. So these are only from 6, 7, and 8. And I think they must contain a 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there must be a 7 in here. But now, where is 5 in this column? I can't put 5 on this dot, because if I did, I would need a lower digit. And I don't have one. I can't put it there because that's a low digit because of the 5 clue. I can't put it on a whisper line. Here we go, buckle up. You can't put 5 on a whisper line because of the 5 difference. If you put 5 on a whisper line, if you were to go down, you would hit 0 or less. If you were to go up, you'd hit 10 or higher. So you cannot put 5 on a whisper line. Also on a whisper line, you're going to end up with a thing called alternating polarity. And the reason, which is the digits will alternate between high-low. Because you can't put a 5 on a line, the digits will exist in a state where they're either lower than 5 or higher than 5. If they're lower than 5, you cannot go down without leaving the range of Sudoku digits. And if you go up, because of the 5 difference, you will leapfrog the 5 to a high digit. So anything next to low will be high. If you reverse that logic, anything next to high will be low. So you will always alternate between high, low, high, low. But you can never put 5 on this. And you can't put 5 there because in order to make 10, this would be 5 and this would be 5. So there's no 5 in those. There's a 5 in one of those. 5, 6, 7 might be possible, but this is not 5. This is not 5. So 5 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. Can't put 5 on any of these. That's on a whisper line, and those will palindrome onto a whisper line. Alternating polarity. I know what that digit is. That is low. So this being low means that this is low. That's good. That holds true. Those are both high. This is high and this is high, and this is a low digit, which means this is a 1 or a 2 because it sees a 3-4 pair. I'm actually going to do the high-low marking. I was thinking with just V's, I'm not going to bother doing the high-low marking, but there's also whisper lines in this puzzle, and until I've got all the high-lows figured out, I'm going to do it. This has to be a high digit or a 5. Damn. But it can't be a 1 or a 2. So 1 and 2 is in here somewhere. 3 and 4 is in here somewhere because I can't put the 3-4 in here or in here because of the 3-4 pairs that already exist. So these digits are all high. These digits are both or 5, and these digits are high or 5. These digits are high. These digits right here. These must be high. They can't be low digits because all the lows in the row are taken up. And they can't be 5 because I can't put 5 there. These are high digits. So now I can figure out the alternating polarity on this nightmare. That is next to it, which jumps down to there. That jumps up to there. That then jumps down to there, which is like, wow, that is bonkers. But I can now use this line because that goes to there, which goes to there, which goes to there, which goes to there. Now, if purple was blue, I think I hit a problem because then I would have 6 low digits and 1, 2, 3, 4 pi and pi divided by 2. I don't think all of those are Sudoku digits. So let's make purple high and green low. And now this is 6, 7, 8, or 9, but it's not 6. Because the only digit that is 5 away from 6 is 1, and I can't make both of those 1. So this is a 1, 2, or a 3. It is not a 3 because of the 3-4 pair in the column. This is a 1 or a 2, so that is not a 7. This is an 8 or a 9. But any of those could be 6. This is low, by the way, which means this is a 1 or a 2 because that completes all of the lows in the column. This is cool. This is a 3 or a... This is a 3. My first digit, and it's a 3 because this is a low digit. It sees a 1, 2 pair in either the box or the row, and if it was a 4, the only digit that is 5 away from 4 is 9, and both of those would be 9. I get a 3. I have been gifted a 3. 5 is in here, so that's not a 5 anymore. So 5 is in one of those two. And 5 is in one of those two. This is consecutive with a high digit. Oh, beautiful. This is consecutive with a high digit, but the consecutive digit has to be on a whisper line. It can't jump to a low digit because what low digit is consecutive with a high digit? None of them. 4 is not consecutive with 6, and they're the two closest. And it can't be 5. It can't not be high because I can't put 5 on a whisper line. This is a high digit, which gives me the high-low polarity of this line. These are now a 1, 2 pair. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. I knew that these were from 6, 7, 8, 9. These ones, however, can't be 6. Because if this was a 6, both of those would be 1. If this is a 6, both of those would be 1. So there's no 6 in those. So there's a 6 in one of those two. This can't be 6 either. This is just a 7, 8, 9 triple. So there's a 6 up here. This is 5 and low. Could that be a 1 or a 2? Because if it's low, this is a 3-4 pair. For the same reason that I had to put 3-4 up here because of these 3-4s, I can't put 3-4 in any of those cells, and I can't put 3-4 in those cells, and that's a high digit. This is a 3-4 pair, and that right there is a 5. And that now has to be the other one too. because I can't put 1, 2 in there, and I can't put 1, 2 in there. That's 3, 4, that's high, that's 1, 2, and that's 5. That is the 1, 2, that is the low. These are lows, and these are both the other high. I did know that these were high or 5. One of these is now 5. And I don't think I've quite got an X-wing, because I could still put 5s in those, or there. Now this is a 6 now, because that's a high digit. One of these, where's 3 in this row? It's not in those, because I've got a 3 in the box, and those are all high. This is 3, this is 4. So these are, of course, 1, 2, 3, which for the same reason, right, of course, I could never have put 4 onto this squiggly line. So this was always 4, 5, 6. So these are 4, 5, and 6. But they're not 4 because of the 3, 4 pair. This is a 5, 6 pair. This is a 5, 6 pair. This is a 4. Which is low. This is not the 4. Is it me, or is this really cool? This is a 4, 5 pair. This is now a high digit. But this is not 4. Because these are all the high digits. 1, 2, 3. This is a 4, 5 pair, but I've got a 3, 4 pair. This is the 5. This is the 4. That 5 makes that the 9. I could have used the 5, 6 pair to make that the 9. And now I know this is either 5, be in the right mode, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got a 5, 8 pair and a 6, 7 pair. There's no 8 here. So this is 6, 7, or 9. But what's this? There's no 5 in here. I can't put a 9 here. This is a 5, 9 pair. Because if I put 9 here, this becomes an 8. It's the only thing consecutive with it, and that doesn't work. If I put a 9 here, both of those are 8, and that doesn't work. So there's no 9 there, and that 9 knocks 9 out of there. So this is a 5, 9 pair. And that can't be the 9, because if that's the 9, that's an 8, and that doesn't work. So this is the 5, and this is the 9. This is the high digit. So this now can't go down. So this is 5, 6, and 7. Those are high. This is an 8, which takes 8 out of all of those. 7, 9 pair makes this 6, and this becomes the 8, which is consecutive with those, by the way. So, Now, these are 7, 8, and 9. 6 is in one of those two. This is 6 or 7 only because it sees 8 and 9. Actually, this is 6 or 7 only, isn't it? Yeah, this has to be a high digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the other. This is a high digit, and the only ones it can be is 6 and 7. But it can't be 6. That's the 7. That's the 6. So by whisper line, this is the 1. This isn't 6 or 7. This is 9 and this is 8. That makes this 2, which fortunately works for the box. That means this is 1. This is 2. These are known digits. These are a 7, 8 pair. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. These are 7 and 8. 9 now has to be in here for the column because 7, 8, 9 triple with the 9 only being in those two cells. So that is not the 9. But the 7 here means this is the 8. This is a 7, 9 pair, which looks up making that the 8 and that the 7. There's no 7 here anymore. But more importantly, that looks down making that the 9, which palindromes into here, making this the 8. This becomes the 7, which palindromes down, making that the 7. This is bonkers good. This is the 5 for row, column, whatever reason you want to call it. What comes next? This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's no 4 there. Four would be next to 9, but 3 would have to be next to 8 or 9, and there's an 8 in the box. That is absolutely a 9. So these are 6 or 7, which does go next to 1 or 2. 6 would make this 1, but that's a 6-7 pair in the row now. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's no 8 up here, which makes this a 6-7 pair in the row. But there's a 6 and an 8 here. That's the 7. There's no 7 that makes this the 6 and this the 8. Are you kidding me? The 6 jumps over, making that the 7, so this becomes the 6. For the consecutive natures, these are 5 and 8 now. These are the high digits. This 6 makes this 7. I'm still not sure how these things that started it all are going to resolve. Oh, yes, I am. 8. 8 can't be next to 4 on a whisper line. That's the 3. So that's the 4. 3 goes next to 2, which goes next to 1, which makes this 3, which makes this 2, which jumps over, making this 4 and 1, which makes this 3 and 2, which jumps up, making this 4 and 1, which jumps up, making this 3 and 2, which of course makes this 4 and 1, and now all of that is resolved. This 6 looks up, making this 5 and 6, 6 being the high digit. Helps if I push the right button, which makes this the 5 and this the 6, which I could have done by Palindrome or Sudoku or whatever reason. Pick a reason. This is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 8. Well, the 8 can't go in either of those two. So this is the 8. That is a 1, 2 pair. So this is a 3, which it had to be because I couldn't put 3 next to 7. This is a 1, 2 pair. There's a 5 here, so there's no 5 here. So this is a 3 or a 4. This 5 looks down, making this 3, this 4, this 5. So those are the low digits. I'm this far through, I'm going to keep the colouring. The 4 looks up, making this the 3. Again, low. This is high. One of these is 9 now. Well, hang on. That can't be 4. That can't be 4. None of those can be 4. That's the 4, which is the low digit. The 1 and the 2 are low digits. This now has to be the 9. Same again. 6, how do I resolve this? 6 can't go next to 2. This is the 1, this is the 2. So this is the 2, and this is the 1, and this is the 2, and this is the 1. This box is just missing a 5, and down here I need to put 6 and 9, which are both high digits, and I'll use that 6 to make that a 9, and that a 6. And I've made a mistake. No, I haven't resolved those yet. This 7 looks across, making that 9 and that 7. And that is the solution to bad wiring diagram by Tingo. This has already had 691 solves. So, okay, I probably am not going to be responsible for thousands of solves on this one because this seems to have been solved by a lot of people already. Yeah, no one else seems to have gotten confused by the fact that these Renban lines had to be straight lines. But I did want to clarify that and just make sure that it was clear to people when I was presenting it that those lines were straight lines. That was really, really fun. That I'm really glad I can keep bringing the concept of puzzles don't have to be diabolically hard to have really cool discoveries in them. And this, yeah, that was just really, really cool. Thank you, Tingo, for this one. And I think this was a recommendation. So, but thank you for the permission to do it. This was absolute fun. Absolutely loved it. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you are enjoying what I'm doing. I will say that if you do want to post sort of the number that you see on the solve counter when you do it, please don't use hashtags. It causes YouTube to automatically block the comment and throw it into the spam filter section of YouTube, which is not very user friendly, and yeah, those comments will basically never be seen. So just put a number, don't hashtag it. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying the puzzles. I know I am. I've been incredibly lucky with what I'm getting. And yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.